Hey everyone, what's up? Rob here at Groove User again with another video for you on how to use GroovePages. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to add images to your GroovePages website. Now, if you've been following along with our videos, you'll see a couple of videos ago we looked at this planning out our website, either using Google Slides or PowerPoint or even on a pen and paper. If you haven't had a look at that, go back and check it out. You might find it helpful. And then we moved on in the last video to blocking that out on this page. So we've got all of our placeholders in place. So we've got ready to flow in our text and our images so that this resembles our original plan. So the first thing we're going to look at is this image at the top here, this logo. So click on the image. That'll bring up the menu on the right, and then click Configure. Then click Choose Image. And then if you haven't uploaded any images before or used any in GroovePages, it will look like this. It'll be blank. I've created this logo already, so I need to upload it. I'm going to select my logo. Now this is where a lot of people make a mistake, that they think that by having it here, they can then click select and it puts it in, and obviously nothing turns up. So what you have to do first, when you're uploading images, once it comes up here, you need to click this little upload icon and then wait for it to be uploaded, and see it appears here with the little sort of red, pinky red outline. That means it's now uploaded, ready for you to use. And then you can come over to the right here, and if you need to resize it, you can resize it here within the software. You don't need to resize your images outside, but it's important to make sure you're not using images that are too big. Otherwise your website will be slow to load, particularly on mobiles. So once everything looks okay here, click select, and that's brought in the logo ready to use. But obviously we can't see it here, the image, because we haven't clicked update yet. So you can change any information here. You can put an alt tag in if you need to. It's good to do for SEO purposes, so that all of your images are have got alt tags on them, so that when if anyone's searching for a particular term on Google, your image with your tag on it is going to be more relevant to them, so that Google knows what's on your page effectively. You can also link out to different pages or different blocks within your page, or a separate URL, or you can trigger a pop-up which you can create in GroovePages as well, all from an image. But in this case, we're not going to do any of that. So once all of that's set, we're going to click update, and there's our logo. So the next image we're going to do is this background of this whole block is going to be an image. Now to get to that, I've clicked straight on. If you click near the edge, you can usually get the block, and you can see down here at the bottom left what you've selected. If you accidentally click somewhere in here, you can see down the bottom left, I'm in a container. I've clicked on text within a container, within a 2x2 layout, within another container, within a block. So I can either click on the block down here, which will take me straight up to the block level, or I can click up to go above as many times until I get to the block level, which I am here. You know you're at the block level when you've got the little star next to it. Okay, so now we've got the block selected. On the right hand side, you want to select background. I've put a grey in here for the previous video, just so that you could see this block and differentiate it from this one. So I'm going to click on that and take that off, and I'm going to choose the image. Now this time I'm going to look for one in the free stock photo library that you get as part of GroovePages. So let's click on there, and I'm going to type in a term that I think I will use to find the image I'm looking for. Sometimes you need to play around with the keyword you use. Let's have a look. I'm going to try and use this one here. So it says click to add to my files, so I'm going to do that now. Then it says uploading, and then you need to wait until it's uploaded into your My Files area, so it can take a few seconds. And there we go. That's now got the pink line around it. that means it's ready for you to put in. Now if you look over here, this size, it gives the size and dimensions in pixels of this image. Now this is 4096 by 2730. Now if we were to put that in as is at that size, it's going to really slow down our website, because it's going to be quite a big image across the background. So what you can do is you can come in here and edit the image. If you want to crop it, you can crop part of it, or however you want to use it. I'm not going to do that on this one. I'm going to use the whole image, but I'm going to bring the dimensions down to let's say around about 1000 pixels wide. Now click update. This is the important thing here. Lots of people will click update and then quickly go up here and click select. But what you need to do is click update and then wait for this bottom right hand corner for this content saved green banner to come up. Then you can go in and click select, and that's put our image in the background. So that's in there. Now under background, that now gives you some more options. You've got this repeat. So if it's quite a small image, what it will do is it will tile that image within your block, or wherever you've put it, if you've put it in a container or in a block. Now I don't want it to do that in this case, so I'm going to click no repeat. And this is your alignment. So you can align the image, you can center it within the box. You could have it coming from the top down or from the bottom up, left hand side, right hand side. I'm just going to click centered for now. And you can see as we scroll down the page, the image stays in place. Now if you want, you've probably seen this before, it's called parallax. If you want a different feature, you can click that, and what will happen is the image is at its full size from the top of the page or from the top of that block, and as I scroll down, it stays in place in the background. So that's quite a cool feature. It depends. If it works for your site, then use it. If not, you can just switch it off. Actually, we will use that here, and we'll have a little change around actually on the plan. If we incorporate this section here in the features to have the image behind it, you'll see it a little bit better. So what we can do is if we click on this block here, and you can see we're on the block, so I'm on the star level here, and at the bottom here it says block. If I want this image to continue, I just simply click on background, click on choose image. I choose the same image. It's already at the size we resized it to, so I can click select. Now you can see it doesn't match up with the one above. So what you need to do is under repeat, click no repeat, so the same information we had for the previous one, and we centered it, and we select parallax, and then you just watch, it will align itself with the one above. Okay, and we'll do the same with this block underneath. We've got the whole block here. Down here it says block. Again, if you click in here and you're not sure how to get back to the block, you can either click this up to take you up a level until you get to the block, and this disappears. The up disappears when you get to the block and you end up with the star like this. Or you can see the line of text at the bottom here. You can just click on the block there and you're straight into it. So under background again, choose image, click on the image. The dimensions are already set. Select that, and then it's just a case of setting the repeat to the same as we did with the previous. So we had no repeat, and we had center, and we had parallax. And that is it. So what you'll see now, I'll just save that, is that as we scroll down the page, now that's got a much bigger, it's almost like you've got a window into the image, so you can see the image through the gaps in the page, if you like. So what we can do now is with this block, because this text is going to be a little bit close. I mean, we're not really formatting text in this one. We'll go through that in the next video. But I just want to give that a little bit of padding at the bottom of that block. So that means that the image will continue beyond the bottom of the text there. We can see that much better. And when we come in to format the text, we'll change the colours of text, the fonts, the backgrounds and things like that when we come to that. So don't worry about it at the moment. We're purely dealing with images in this video. But that shows you quite well how you can use different blocks, but when they're joined together, you can have the image. So we've got 3 different blocks here, but we've got the same image in all 3, but they line up perfectly, so that as you scroll down the page, if I click on preview up here, so you can see it without the lines coming up, you can see that that is a seamless join on that image. Okay. So if we move down here, we have got the services section. Now I've got 6 services that they want to showcase on this website, and I've got them written on my plan down here. So number 1 is hanging baskets. So I'm going to click on here. I'm going to go to configure now that I've got the image. I'm going to choose the image, and I need to upload an image. So they're in here. I'm going to click hanging basket. And remember, you need to press the upload button, then wait for it to pop up with the red square around it, the red border. Now we're going to resize these to, let's say, 275 pixels wide. Update dimensions and wait for the green banner at the bottom. There we go. And then click select. And then if you want to put an alt code in, you can. An alt description tag, and again you can link to images. We're not going to do that here. Okay, and sometimes what happens when you put in the image, see we had this space in here, that's disappeared there now. So what we're going to do is it's still there but it's not showing. Actually what we'll do is we'll do it with margin. Give that a number 1 margin, and I think we're going to have the images with a curved edge, like that. And then what we'll do, now that we've got this image up here, I'm going to get rid of the grey on the background of these. If you're not sure where you're selecting different things, look at the background here. I'm looking to find one with the green dot next to it, where I've got this grey background enabled. So I go upper level, and you see now I've got the green dot. So I can expand that down, click on colour, click on none, and that's what we're going to have. So the images will be in there. Now that we've got this image all the way up here, it doesn't make any sense to have this blocked off in a different colour anymore. So image number 2, configure. Let's just go and check what it is. Supply and install. Choose image. Upload. Supply. Open. Click the upload. Wait for it to turn up. We're going to change the dimensions here. Update dimensions. Wait for the banner. Click select. And then we can do our alt tag and update. Then we'll make the same changes to the design. We had the spacing, we changed the margin to 1, and then the border, we want the corners to be 0.5, so that gives these curved corners here, these curved edges. Image number 3 is automated watering systems. So click on the image, click on configure. And I'm sure you've got the hang of this by now. Watering system. Click upload, wait for it to turn up. Change our dimensions. Update. Wait for the banner. Select. Put in our tag. And update. Then we go back to design, sort out the spacing. So we put that up to 1. Then we'll go border. We want the corners to be 0.5. And that's it. So the next 3, I'll do these ones quickly. Maintenance contracts. seasonal contract, and property cleaning and maintenance. And the last one, set the border. And there we go. Let's just save that. So now we've got all 6 images in, and they've all got the rounded corners, apart from that one. Let's just go back in and do that. Border 0.5. So they've all got the rounded corners. And then we can move on to our next section, which is the contact form. And if you remember, we were going to have an image in the background. So what I'm going to do is have the same image as I've got up here, but just in this block here. So select the block, go into background. I'm just going to take this color out because we put that in previously. Choose the image. I'm going to go with the same image, which is this one here. Select, and I'm going to turn off repeat, so no repeat. I'm going to center it, and I'm going to have that parallax as well. So as we come down the page, we come back to that image again, okay, and then the form is going to be in the middle. We're going to style this properly in the next video. But for now, that's that image done. And the last one is testimonials. So we're going to put in, there's a few ways you can do it. You can have it, some people like to have a photo of the person giving the testimonial. It depends on the type of business really. But in this case, they want to have a photo of the type of work that they've done. So I haven't actually got the actual photos from them yet, so for this example I'm going to pick something similar that works, and we'll put those in there. So exactly the same as we did for these images. We're just going to click, we're going to go configure, choose image. I'm going to use them from the library again, so I'll click free stock photos and then put in a term that I think is going to work. So let's go for this one. Click to add to my files. It's got the red border around it. Again, the dimensions are pretty huge here, so we only want them small. So I'm going to change them to 275. Click update. And remember to wait for the green banner at the bottom. Click select, update. And to keep everything consistent, we're just going to go with exactly the same as we did for the previous ones. So everything looks nice and neat on the page. And we're going to go with the 0.5 rounded corners. We'll go with the second one. Configure, choose image. This one, let's see if we can find a hanging flower basket. Try a different term again. Let's see what we come up with. Could use that one with that property with the pink ones. There we go, that'll do. Let's click on that one. So it can take a little while to find the right image, but in this case, what I would normally do is obviously get the images from my client, from the person who wants the website. But as I said, in this example, I haven't got those yet. So just trying to pick something similar. So we're going to change the dimensions, update, wait for the banner to confirm that it's saved. Click select. And then we'll go and do the same on the spacing. That's a 1, and then our border to give it a 0.5 rounded corner. And our last one, we're going to do a search for, let's try Just trying to think of the different displays that they said they do. There we go, perfect. First image. And there we go, that's popped up there now. Change the dimensions, update, content saved, and select. And let's just put in our alt tag, just because I like to get into the habit of doing it, and you should be doing the same really. So if I show it to you correctly now, hopefully you'll follow it as you're building your sites. Spacing, let's sort that out. So the margin at the bottom on the outside edge, we want it to be 1, and the border, the corners, 0.5. And there we go, we can save that. Let's close this. So let's just go back and recap what we've done. We've gone on this block here, we've put an image in the background, under background, and it's centered and it's on parallax so that when you scroll it stays where it is. You can keep that off, no problem if you don't want it. We decided to add the image as well to these blocks that we had here. So as long as you use the same image with the same settings, exactly the same sizing, it will work when they're next to each other. Then we've got our 6 images down here. So we brought them in, we uploaded these ourselves, we changed the dimensions. Remember to wait for that save, to save those dimensions before you click select. Really important point, otherwise you'll end up with these huge images. Imagine if these were all 4,000 pixels wide, your website would be really slow to load. And we've done a little bit of spacing and margin underneath each image box to give some room for the text. And we added our rounded corners, which is in border. Okay, so we've done that to all 6 of those. Then on our contact form, the background on the block, we added the same image, again, parallax, and it is centered with no repeat, so it doesn't repeat tile the image across the whole background. And then the testimonials, exactly the same. We've shown an image for each one. We've made the dimensions smaller, we updated it, waited for it to save, and then put it in. And then we've done the spacing. So that's every image on our page is now in place, including our logo. And that's it. That's all I wanted to cover in this video, because I wanted to, take it one step at a time and really know, get the hang of what you're doing and really know one feature really well, rather than a little bit of everything in one go. So in the next video, we're going to start looking at formatting the text. So we'll put our text in, we'll flow our text where it needs to go. We'll put any backgrounds that we need to add in so we start to make it look nice. But like I say, the main purpose of this one was to show you the images. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did find it useful, please like the video. Leave any comments, feel free. We always like to hear from you. If there's anything else you'd like covered as well, please let us know. Get in touch, info@grooveuser.com. You can do it that way. If you want to see any of our future videos, we're going to be adding lots of new videos in the next coming weeks and months on all the features of not just GroovePages, but GrooveFunnels in general. Then subscribe to the channel, because there's going to be some really cool stuff on there. And if you haven't yet got your free GrooveFunnels account and seen what it's capable of, GroovePages is the tip of the iceberg really, then head over to grooveuser.com. You can grab your free account there, and also there's some really cool bonuses on some of the other products as well, so you might want to check those out. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one. Take care, see you soon. Thanks for watching.